My friend Lyndon does not think that 4 hours is enough to fully script and film a full YouTube video.
Bro, there is no way that you're going to be able to do that in 4 hours.
And because I want to prove him wrong, I'm going to script the video fully word for word so that you can see my entire thought process when I'm writing the script. So it's currently 3:55 p.m. I'm going to set up my camera so that you can hold me accountable. Okay, so in terms of the steps that I'm going to take you through, right, we're going to start with ideation, we're going to go to research and outline, and then we're going to write the script. And then after that, we're going to edit the script, and then we're going to annotate the script, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. I have a little bit of a different process here that I think will be interesting for you. And then we're going to film everything live all within 4 hours. And the reason I get 4 hours is because this video might be 15 to 20 minutes long instead of like an 8-minute video. So it's going to take more time to script, and I'm just going to give myself 4 hours. I think that's a big challenge. Pretty much the only preparation that I did was this. So I came up with the title. So it's the something rule that makes going viral easy, and it's inspired by these re-endorsed videos, right? The 15-second rule that makes procrastination impossible. This video has 1 million views versus the average 120K, and this video has 700K views. The 10-minute rule that makes hard work feel like TikTok. So this is within the productivity space, and I think we can take this rule and, you know, apply it similarly for YouTube growth, right? Or like talking about how to go viral. So in terms of the steps that I'm going to take you through, we're going to start with ideation, and then we're going to go to research and outlining the script, and I'm going to write the actual script. I'm going to show you guys how to write the actual script. I'm going to edit the script live after I've written the first draft, and I'm going to annotate it. So I have a little bit of a different process of annotating the script, so you get to see that, and then I'm going to film the video all within 4 hours. So in terms of ideation, this is the only preparation that I did. I came up with the video idea, did some research for outliers, but I have no idea how I'm going to actually execute the script. The title of the video is the something rule that makes going viral easy, right? This could be something like the 40-50-10 rule or the 7-second rule, right? My initial idea for this would be to talk about how you allocate time into the script writing process. And there's one way to do it. 40% of the time goes to the writing, the first 5% of the video, and something to do how if I structure the scripts. Maybe we could talk about that, but maybe that's a little too boring. So I'll kind of think of that as we go along, and I'll kind of explain my thought process as I'm reading this. And then by stating a specific rule, it builds intrigue around the idea. So this is the inspiration, right? The 15-second rule that makes procrastination impossible. These are like your re-endorsed videos. So this video, 1 million views versus 120K average. And this video, the 10-minute rule that makes hard work feel like TikTok. This is kind of an interesting one, right? So because I don't already have a rule in mind. So the rule is something that I'm going to have to come up with. So we'll see how that goes. Here, both of these have like 15-second rule or like the 10-minute rule. So I think it will be apt to find like, oh, does something rule that makes going viral easy. During the research phase, what I'm going to do is that I basically want to brain dump everything that I have thought of into just this one document. So the first step that I want to do is that I'm going to watch these 2 videos, and then I'm going to see how he structures the videos so that there's actually good retention. Because my suspicion of this is if you reveal the 10-minute rule at the start of the video, you're going to lose a lot of retention, right? Because the viewer is going to watch the video and, you know, they're going to be like, oh, I already know the 10-minute rule, and then they're just going to leave. So generally with a video like this, you do want to introduce the 10-minute rule somewhere around the middle area and then make it super duper actionable in order to actually apply this rule, right? And I'm going to show you how I kind of integrate AI into the whole process so you can kind of see how I go about it. Okay, so it's already 4 p.m. Let's go.
What if you could eliminate procrastination forever so that it's not just easy?
Okay, so this is the video when it's this one, the 15-second rule. He just renamed the title. So let's watch this for a little bit.
Your work. But your mind actually gets sucked toward the task and you blaze through it like a knife through butter. We call this buttery execution. It's the antithesis of procrastination. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to master it. I'm Reed Dars, co-founder and CEO of the Research Collective, along with my partner, Stephen Kotler. We feel thousands of inertia. This means you have important work to do. You're getting paid to do it. You blocked out time to do it. Often you even enjoy doing it, and yet you still can't get yourself to do it. The second kind of procrastination is distractibility. This means you started the work, but the slightest distraction diverts your attention. And before you know it, half the day is gone because you veered off to other things.
Okay, what I like to do here is that I usually just go to youtubetranscript.com. I can like take this link, and if I paste it here, I can get the full transcript just like that, right? It's like pretty easy. If this transcript will load, yeah, and I can copy the entire transcript. And then what I like to do is I just like to go to Claude. I like to paste this in here. Can you break down the structure of this video? And let's see what it gives us. Does this video... So like one thing I'm noticing here is it doesn't actually talk about the 15-second rule. Does this video talk about a 15-second rule to overcome procrastination? Interesting. The initial video was titled the 15-second rule. So it doesn't actually mention the 15-second rule. So like, well, let's see if this one actually provides a rule. So let's go here. Let's paste the link here. Let's get the transcript.
Why is it that we can scroll social?
It's really pretty odd that it doesn't give a rule. So I think like maybe like people will rewatch the video looking for the rule, but they don't actually give the rule. But the video has 1 million views, right? So who am I to say? So let's see. Let's go here. Can you give me the structure of this video? And what is the 10-minute rule to make TikTok feel like, to make hard work feel like TikTok? So AI is just a really great tool in terms of like breaking down these structures, in terms of saving a bunch of time. So let's see. So the 10-minute rule states that spending 10 minutes tracking time in an 8-hour workday can lead to 500% productivity. Okay, interesting. So this is like a simple one, but like one thing that I kind of noticed is that here, how many words into the script does he introduce the 10-minute rule? Oh, okay, it's just writing a bunch of text. Okay, but anyways, like one of the first things that I realized is that, yeah, number one, I was correct to say that they don't immediately introduce the 10-minute rule. So that's pretty interesting. So there's like a problem introduction here, okay, after 2,300 words into the script. So that's about like 10 minutes into the video. So problem introduction and then core concept, and it introduces another problem, and then that's where you need the solution. Okay, so if we go here and we look at this is the same thing, right? It talks about the science of procrastination. So like this is like the problem, and this is the core concept, and then this is the structure. So it is problem, core concept, and then it's the solution. Right? So it's kind of like a VSL, but like let's say this is like 4 minutes long, and then this is like about 6 minutes long, and then here we like introduce the rule, right? And then actionable item. Okay, so this, I mean, this is really pretty interesting, where you go from problem to core concept to introducing the rule, and then the solution. So now we kind of just had to figure out, okay, what the rule is, right? And then I think I want it to be like script writing related. There's something rule that makes going viral easy. So like let's just break down the hook. So can you give me the hook? So maybe let's see the hook and see what direction it takes it, and then where we can kind of take this. So this is the hook here. Hook 1. Now let's go back to the other guy. Can you give me the hook of the script? So I'm gonna put these two hooks beside each other so I can see any similarities within the hooks. And then maybe the hooks can kind of inform me the direction of the video that I wanna see. So it both starts with a question, interestingly enough. What if you could eliminate procrastination forever so that it's not just easy to do your work, but your mind actually gets stuck toward the task and you blaze it through it like a butter knife? We call this butter execution as an antithesis of procrastination. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to master it. Why is it that we can scroll social media, play video games for hours, blah, blah, blah? Science shows that there's a way to solve this so that you can allocate time. Okay, so it's always question, and then it's like science-based solution. All right, there's kind of like some curiosity here. So let's say my hook, right? Let's just write a rough draft of it. So let's see, this one is what's the title of this one again? X rule that makes procrastination impossible. And then this is the X rule that makes hard work feel like TikTok. Okay. So this is like a bad thing impossible. And then this is like a kind of like a fascination, where it's like, oh, like it kind of like describes it, right? So like here this is like a very descriptive hook. These two hooks are like very descriptive. So you can kind of see like, oh, both of these hooks has like a formula, and they both follow it. Whereas like the first line is like very descriptive, right? So like, how do we make like going viral easy descriptive? Why is it that it looks like some creators can effortlessly post videos every single week, get hundreds of thousands of views per video, and make it seem seemingly effortlessly, but you're struggling even get your first 1,000 subscribers? There is an easy way to go viral that most people don't talk about, which will allow you, there is a XYZ rule that most YouTubers with millions of subscribers use that they don't tell you, that allows them to go viral on autopilot. Something along this line. Oh, it's like kind of clunky. Okay, kind of clunky, but this is just the first draft. Okay, so let me copy paste this, put this into our outline. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that's our hook. Right now, we kind of have to think about what the problem is, what the core concept is, and what the action items are. I'm not worried about the action items. Really, the problem in the core concept is this. So I guess the problem here, it's like, okay, like the science of procrastination, right? And then here it would be, oh, like, why does it feel so difficult to go viral? I think that's good. So the problem will be, why does it feel so difficult to go viral. The core concept would be, something that that these top YouTubers tap into, right? And like, this could be a couple things, right? This could be like flow state. This could be like script writing mastery, right? Or like they understand how to write fast. This could also be like a delivery, like a video delivery. I wouldn't say like video delivery like makes going viral easy though. So yeah. It also like kind of like the angle could be, like these creators post more than most people, right? And because they post more, they have more bullets to fire. And I guess the problem would be like quality versus quantity, right? So you can see I'm kind of like just like developing these ideas, right? So there's like the quality versus quantity conversation where you like write a lot of scripts and then you want to produce high quality, but you also don't want to sacrifice quantity. But then there's kind of like the debate of, like you kind of need both if you want to grow on YouTube. And then then it could be introducing the problem of creators who are perfectionists, right? They post one video a month and sometimes those hit, but the problem is that they don't end up getting enough volume out. And really, right, volume of videos is a big part of the channel's performance, right? More touch points with the audience, you build more trust. So I'm just kind of like brain dumping here. So it could be like, it feels so difficult to go viral. We can do like the quantity, the quality quantity, kind of like there's like a flow between quality and quantity that like most creators live and die by. So it's like kind of like the way that I like to think about it is like, you start off with like lower quantity, and then you have to like increase the quality, and then lower quantity, high quality, and then you do it for a consistent long amount of time, and then you increase the quantity of that, but then the quality drops, so you like kind of have to like go through this roller coaster. I think that's like a roller coaster between quality and quantity, right? So I'm kind of just like brain dumping ideas right now. So that could be like the core concept, right? Also, like I do want to like talk about YouTube's nature, platform as a nature. And then there's like certain examples that I can bring up, like Fern, like the Blender channel it's been like really popping off, and they like upload so consistently. It's pretty crazy. That like 2.6 million views. So there's that core concept, something between these top YouTubers. Like I could be like talking about systems here. Like this could be like a systems kind of thing. Like it could be like, like split into like 3 types of systems. So it's like a system, like we have like one system for testing video ideas. So like one system, because of like the roller coaster between quality and quantity, you need a system to grow the channel. I'm just trying to think through these ideas. So you have the system. So, and then there's kind of like a roller coaster. So the idea is a roller coaster between quantity and quality. Let's say, so the best YouTubers can minimize the ups and downs of this roller coaster. So, and then the epiphany is that, like it's systems. And so this is where the rule comes in, right? The rule comes in. So I think this is like kind of a good start. So let's put it into GPT and see what it says. So I am writing a video on the XYZ rule, the something rule that makes going viral easy. The structure is hook, problem introduction, core concept, and then the solution, which is the rule. Let's just give it, and then let's just see what it says. It's pretty good. 70% rule. Can you give me a rule that is something like 15-second rule or 10-minute, something time-based? So you can see here, I'm just kind of like talking to it to see what it can give me. Give me 10 variations of the rules. So like here, I'm really just like looking for like different headlines that it can give me. 7-minute script, 45-second hook. Not really 10-minute export. I don't really like that. I think like this is like pretty close. This is pretty close. Can you turn this into a time-based rule? I want it to be script centered. I don't really like this 10-minute rule because obviously like Mr. Beast and Ali Abdaal don't spend 10 minutes on their scripts, on their own. So I don't even spend 10 minutes on my own script. This is like 20 minutes already, and we're still like doing the research stage. Right, so maybe let's just go back here and let's see what it comes up with. So like maybe, I'm just gonna put this here. Actually, did it even help with anything? I don't think it even really helped with anything. Okay, so this is where the challenging part comes in, where we're like really trying to figure out what we can specifically talk about here. See, this is especially so in more niche channels. I really do want to make sure that what I give here is actionable to the viewer. So ideally, this rule is something that helps to reduce the fluctuation between quantity and quality with regards to videos. How would you frame can you make it creative? For example, there was a 10-minute rule in another video which mentioned 10 minutes of tracking your time every single day to know what you're spending time on. 3-minute mirror conversation. Oh, I do like this. This is something that I do. Right, this rule is simple but transformative within 15 minutes of waking up. I do like this. So I'm not going to use everything word for word, but let's just say this is like the 15-minute rule. 15-minute rule. It's going viral usually. Okay. I do like this because like it's something that you do need to work on every single day. Okay, so we kind of have a good baseline. Maybe I'll delete this and like put it within here. Just put it within ideation. Okay, so this is what we have right now. And now I just want to outline it like proper. Why is it that it looks like some creators can effortlessly post videos every single week, get hundreds of thousands of views per video seemingly effortlessly, but you're struggling to even get your first 1,000 subscribers? There is a 15-minute rule that most YouTubers with millions of subscribers use that they don't share, which allows them to go viral on autopilot. Okay, so there's this. That's the hook. I think the hook's pretty good, so we'll just leave that for now. So I want to see how he transitions. So the question that he asked was,
Why is it that video gamers can easily spend 16-hour days solving what in reality are incredibly complex problems? In the 2019 Fortnite World Cup,
why is it that some YouTubers can gain millions of subscribers and post every single week, sometimes multiple times a week, and never have viral hit after viral hit? Great example, Alex Mosey. And we kind of go here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see when he posted this, December 24th. Okay, so pretty much as of recording this video, he published like 7 videos in the past month. Okay, a great example is Alex Mosey, who the past 6 months has been posting 7 to 8 videos a month, which are each close to an hour long, while running a $100 million plus holding company acquisition account. It looks like he's running on too much Adderall and works 24 hours a day. Or what about Ali Abdal, who's been posting, I wonder how long he's been posting content for. Post content for 8 years. Who's been posting content for 8 years and still posts 4 to 5 videos a week, some of which get millions of views as a simple talking head video. Can be like, I know about you, but I don't remember having a hobby or a job that I've done consistently for 8 years straight. And on the entertainment and documentary side, channel that's been crushing it with Blender animations is Fern, which posts 1 video a week of the highest quality animated documentaries that you'll find on YouTube. Perfectly scripted, perfectly animated, which has allowed them, so let's see how long it's taken them to get here, which has allowed them to go from 0 to 2.5 million subscribers in a little over a year. So you can see here a little over a year. I'm kind of just like switching between tabs so you can kind of see the research. And the very first video on their channel has 6.5 million views. For some context on how difficult it is to keep up this volume, the amount of time that you need to create these complex animations requires a 30-person team to run. And yeah, there's a 30-person team behind Fern. This problem is so interesting to me because watching channels that consistently post long-form videos over a long period of time is so interesting because I want to understand their system. YouTube as a platform by nature rewards quality content. You can post high volume of low quality content and some of them will go viral, but for the most part you could be staying stuck in 1,000 view jail. So there are channels out there like Dodford which posts one video a month and crushes it which posts one video a month of a high quality, really well researched documentary and still crushes it on the outside. But if he has a string of videos which flops, that could mean 6 months without a video that is outperforming. And if he solely relies on AdSense and sponsorships, that could severely impact his livelihood, right? And it's so impressive that the top creators can post videos multiple times a week that are high quality, because if you've ever made a YouTube video in your life, you know that it takes hours and hours to ideate, script, film, and edit the video. And even then, there's no promise that your video will perform well. It could just be another 8 of 10 that's poo-poo and sends you into a crash out. So if low volume quality, creators by their nature are perfectionists. There is something along these lines. Dodford is a perfectionist, which has its pros and cons. When his video hits, he looks like a genius. But if he has a string of video which flops, okay, so let's see. So here we can talk about high volume of quality videos are a big part of a channel's outstanding performance. And this doesn't just go for channels that have been around for a long time. My good friend Callaway recently started this channel. A little over 2 months ago, talking about how to go viral with short form content, and he's grown an audience to almost 70,000 subscribers, with one of his videos almost hitting 1 million views. Insane. So here we have covered all of these, so we can cancel these. When you post a high volume of quantity of quality videos, YouTube picks up that your channel is gaining momentum, and the viewers who really liked your initial viral upload will sit there waiting for your next one. And if you can capitalize on this attention that you get from a single outlier, it can make video ideas that should not perform insanely well but still turn them into outliers. This is a phenomenon called when you post more, you build more trust, etc., etc. Okay, so I just kind of want to outline each point here. So let's see how many words this is. I'm curious how long I've written this for. Probably nothing insanely long here. 600 words, that's fine. Okay, so now we're moving on to the core concept, something these YouTubers tap into. So let's see if it can help me expand on this. Just give me some ideas, and we'll see where it goes from there. Okay. Actually, this is pretty good because this is like pretty unique insight. I don't think anyone's really talked about this. So along these lines. So here I'm kind of just like using Claude to like flesh out these ideas. I think this could be really useful. Of quality and quantity, like a roller coaster. I'm not really talking about that. I think it'd be good to say like, think of quality and quantity as both ends of a pendulum. So here, this is good. Quality sits at the peaks, sits on one side. Quantity, where you produce content quickly to maintain momentum, even if it's not your best work. Maybe something like this. Let's see what it says. I don't really like this, but we'll just put this here. Most creators get stuck in let's see what it says here. Okay, quantity represents the other side, where you produce content quickly to maintain momentum, even if it's not your absolute best work. Most creators get stuck in one of two traps. When you first start your channel, you'll likely be on the quality side. You'll focus on making the best videos. Maybe you'll post once a month or once every 2 months. But that's because you're getting a feel for the kind of content that you want to put out and what your audience might want to watch. But eventually, you get to a stable place where your videos are performing and you know that your audience, and you know the kind of videos that your audience wants to watch. In which case, you'll go directly to maybe you post once a month or once every 2 months, but that's because you're getting a feel for the kind of content you want to put out and what your audience might want to watch. But eventually, you get to a stable place where your videos are performing, in which case, you'll think to yourself, hey, what if I could just post more of the same thing? And that's when you swing to the other side of the pendulum and start posting more quantity. And inevitably, because you're trying to get more quantity out with the same standard of video, you spend more time, you have to hire more team members, and you may burn out, which means two things. One, you'll start posting more videos, but two, you'll see a slow but steady decline in the quality of the videos. Maybe you've stopped getting the outliers you normally get, or getting the outperformance that you normally get, or you have the feeling that the content just doesn't feel right. This goes on and on and on, where your videos progressively get better as long as you stay consistent with volume and keep swinging back and forth. Because this is where you learn how to script better, how to edit videos, how to design thumbnails, etc. The difference between a beginner creator and the top YouTubers isn't that they are smarter or more hardworking. They've just swung on this pendulum enough times to understand that this pendulum phenomenon is just part of the game. And to hit a consistent upload schedule of quality videos that YouTube can reward, you need to have systems. The top creators have learned to minimize the swing of the pendulum. So this would probably be within the problem section. Okay, so just brain dumping here. Okay. And then let's see how many words this is. It's 1,473 words. Might not be a 20-minute video, maybe like a 15-minute video. We'll kind of see. I've already said a lot of kind of what I want to say. But we'll see. Like maybe the actual part can be a lot more actionable. Maybe actual part, like maybe like 800, 900, 1,000 more words. But I like really just want to make it super valuable. I don't want to make it like super long for no reason. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we've been doing for an hour. Okay, let me take like a quick 5-10 minute nap and then I'll wake up and then we'll continue writing. You definitely want to like reset your brain whenever you're writing. So like a quick break is always good. Okay, let's lock in. Let us lock in. Okay, so this is pretty interesting because this is like something pretty different from what I gave it on the 15-minute rule. First hour, last hour rule was pretty good. I wouldn't even say like the first hour every day. Probably like we could probably like frame it as like the 30-minute rule, right? So it's like, oh, like 30 minutes at the start of your day, 30 minutes before you end your day. I think I do like that. Yeah, I'm not sure if like 30-minute rule is like too long. From a title perspective, the 30-minute rule that allows that somewhere. See, like 15-minute rule that like really crushes. Well, some of it crushes. A 10-minute rule. Could also just be like the 10-minute rule. I mean, I could still stick with like the 10-minute rule. I would actually make this like 10 minutes. Just because it kind of looks like 10 minutes works better as like a headline. And then like the way that I want to frame it is like, oh, you just get started to like work on something for like 10 minutes. And then you can only decide to work on it for 10 minutes. Or you can continue working on it for like an infinite amount of time. I actually do really like this. So let's see, the first 10 minutes after you wake up is when your brain is in its most authentic state. Before the world stretches even, before your inner critic wakes up, there's a pure career windows that top YouTubers have learned to harness. The rule is simple but transformative. Within 10 minutes waking up, you must create something for your channel. Be writing a script, planning a video. I actually do really like this. So I would just put this into like GPT. Can you give me feedback on this? Let's see what it gives us. The rule feels somewhat abrupt after the detailed pendulum metaphor. You might bridge this by explaining how successful creators discovered that the key to minimizing the pendulum swing wasn't finding a perfect middle point, but rather creating a daily rhythm that naturally balances both forces. It's a very fair criticism, so I'll probably put something here. I would also expand on the science, the 10-minute rule, where once you get started on the 10 minutes of writing, you will have momentum to keep going. I think this is also good. I'm just like brain dumping and like, yeah, like basically like AI dumping, just taking whatever insight that it has. So let's reread this one more time and see where we can kind of go with this. Why is it that it looks like some creators can effortlessly post videos every single week, get hundreds of thousands of views per video, seemingly effortlessly? I use effortlessly twice. Seemingly effortlessly, but you are struggling to even get your first 1,000 subscribers. There is a 10-minute rule that most YouTubers with millions of subscribers use that they don't share, which allows them to go viral on autopilot. Why is it that some YouTubers gain millions of subscribers, post every single week, sometimes multiple times a week, and a viral hit after viral hit? Great example is Alex Mosey, who for the past 6 months has been posting 7 to 8 videos a month, which each of which are close to an hour long, while running a $100 million holding company, Acquisition.com. Looks like he's running on too much Adderall and works 24 hours a day. Or what about Ali Abdal, who's been posting content for 8 years and still posts 4 to 5 videos a month, some of which get millions of views as a simple talking head video. I don't know about you, but I don't remember having a hobby or a job that I've done consistently for 8 years straight for 8 years straight. And on the entertainment and documentary side, a channel that's been crushing it with Blender animations is Fern. They post 1 video a week of the highest quality animated documentaries that you'll find on YouTube. Perfectly scripted, perfectly animated, which has allowed them to go from 0 to 2.5 million subscribers in a little over a year. And the very first video on the channel has 6.5 million views. So context how difficult it is to keep up with this volume. amount of time that you need to create these complex animations requires a 30-person team to run. And yeah, there's a 30-person team behind Fur. Watching channels that consistently post long-form videos over a long period of time is so interesting because I want to understand their system. Here, there's kind of a disconnect here, but maybe we'll just make a comment here. This disconnect. YouTube as a platform by nature rewards quality content. You can post high volume of low quality content and some of them will go viral, but for the most part, you could be stuck at 1,000 view jail. There are channels out there, like Dotford, which post one video a month of a high quality, really well researched documentary and still crushes on the outside. So there was something about Dotford here. So you can kind of like look at the logic here and you can see that we go from, let me think. There's kind of like a gap in the logic here. You go from the hook to, hey, these guys upload consistently, right? And then after that, you kind of need an explanation for why uploading consistently, high quality consistent is so important. So after this, it's talking about why high quality consistency is important to their success. And then it's why it's hard, or like why most creators. So maybe you can just delete this line. This line's so helpful. Yeah, YouTube as a platform rewards quality content. It's a quality platform, unlike TikTok or Instagram, where you can post 5 times a day and grow a big account. On YouTube, you can post a high volume of low quality content and some of them will go viral, but for the most part, you'll stay stuck. You'll stay stuck in the 1,000 view jail. And then there are channels like Doffer, which posts one video a month of a high quality, really well researched documentary and still crushes it on the outside. That doesn't really make sense. So we say that it rewards quality content, and then there kind of needs to be an explanation. So it's like kind of need an explanation for why does YouTube reward quality content? Ooh, man, this is pretty complicated script to write. Second, YouTube's recommendation system is built on what we might call viewing momentum. When viewers finish a video and may look on another video from a same creator, it sends a powerful signal about content quality. This behavior indicates that the creator isn't just capturing attention momentarily, but it's delivering consistent value that viewers want to return to. I actually don't hate this. I think this is a pretty good explanation. Obviously, it needs some refining. Like, let's just put this all here and see how we feel about it. Think of YouTube's platform like a sophisticated book recommendation library system in a massive library. Unlike TikTok and Instagram, which function more like rapid-fire news tickers, YouTube is designed for deeper engagement. First, YouTube's algorithm measures something crucial that other platforms don't: watch time. When viewers spend significant time watching a video, it signals to YouTube that they found genuine value in the content. This is similar to how a person lingering in a bookstore aisle, deeply absorbed in a book, indicates higher quality content than someone quickly flipping through magazine pages. The algorithm interprets longer watch times as a vote of confidence in the content's quality. That's a good way to phrase it. Second, YouTube's recommendation system is built on what we might call viewing momentum. When viewers finish a video and immediately click on another from the same creator, it sends a powerful signal about content quality. This behavior indicates that the creator isn't just capturing attention momentarily, like a TikTok might, but it's delivering consistent value that viewers want to return to. Third, YouTube's audience behavior is fundamentally different. Viewers come to YouTube with what we call intent-based viewing, which means that they're often seeking specific information, entertainment, or education. This creates a natural filter for quality because viewers are more discerning about their time investment. They're not just mindlessly scrolling, but actively choosing to commit several minutes or even hours to content. This is why even a single poor quality video can harm a channel's performance, because it breaks trust viewers have placed in the creator. The platform also has a sophisticated viewer satisfaction metric that goes beyond simple engagement. It tracks whether viewers return similar content, whether they share videos, and how they interact with content over time. This creates what we call a quality compound effect, meaning that high-quality videos tend to perform better over time as they accumulate positive signals, while low-quality content tends to fade quickly, regardless of initial views. That's why there are channels like Doffer, which post one video a month of a high quality. There are channels like Doffer, which post one video a month of a high quality, really well researched documentary. The counter arguments to needing quality quantity is that there are channels like Doffer, which post one video a month of a high of a well researched documentary and still crushes it from the outside. Doffer is a perfectionist, which has its pros and when his video hits, he looks like a genius. But if he has a string of videos which flops, that could mean 6 months without a video that is outperforming. And if he solely relies on AdSense and sponsorship to monetize, and he doesn't hit certain view requirements, that could severely impact his livelihood. And it's so impressive that the top creators can post videos multiple times a week that are high quality, because if you ever made a YouTube video in your life, you know it takes hours and hours. The solution to win on YouTube is quality plus quantity. No two ways about it. And it's so impressive that the top creators can post videos multiple times a week that are, because if you've ever made a YouTube video in your life, you know that it takes hours and hours to ideate, script, film, and edit the video. And even then, there's no promise that your video will perform well. And sometimes you're conscious of not repeating the same information into videos because you don't want there to be overlap. Also, there's no promise that your video will perform well. It could just be another 10 out of 10 that's poo-poo, sends you into a crash out. High volume of quality videos are a big part of a channel's outstanding performance. Quality quantity isn't a concept. It doesn't just go for channels that have been around for a long time. My good friend Callaway recently started this channel a little over 2 months ago, talking about how to go viral with short form content, and he's growing an audience to almost 70k subscribers, with one of his videos almost hitting 1 million views. Insane. When you post a high volume of quality videos, YouTube picks up that your channel is gaining momentum, and the viewers who really like your initial viral upload will sit there waiting for the next one, and if you capitalize on this attention, this wave of attention that you've gotten from a single outlier, it can make video ideas that should not perform insanely well. Make video ideas, it can turn subpar video ideas into outliers. When you post more, you not only get more watch time, but the secondary benefits are that you build a massive amount of trust with your core audience, and they are more likely to come back and watch your video over and over again. And if they're more likely to come back and watch your video over and over again, what does that mean? Therefore, the core tension in YouTube's success revolves around a fascinating paradox. The platform simultaneously demands both quality and quantity, two forces that naturally work against each other. Think of quality and quantity as both ends of a pendulum. Quality sits on one side, those high points where your content truly shines, where every edit is perfect, every transition smooth, and every point lands exactly as intended. This is where creators feel most proud of their work, where they craft content that truly represents their vision. When the pendulum fully swings to quality, you might spend weeks perfecting a single video, agonizing over every detail until it's flawless. And quantity represents the other side, where you produce content quickly to maintain momentum, even if it's not your absolute best work. Most creators get stuck on one of two traps. When you first start your channel, you'll likely be on the quality side. You'll focus on making the best videos. Maybe you'll post once a month or once every 2 months, but that's because you're getting a feel of the kind of content that you want to put out and what your audience might want to watch. But eventually, you get to a stable place where your videos are performing and you know the kind of videos that your audience wants to watch. In which case, you'll start to think to yourself, hey, what if I could just post more of the same thing? Results with 2x. With double or triple. And that's when you swing to the other side of the pendulum and start posting more quantity. Inevitably, because you're trying to get more quantity out with the same standard of video, you spend more time, you have to hire more team members, and you may burn out. Which means two things. Number one, you'll start posting more videos. And number two, you'll see a slow but steady decline in the quality of videos. maybe you stop getting the outperformance you normally get, or you have the feeling that the content just doesn't feel right. This goes on and on where your videos progressively so you end up swinging back to the quality end of the pendulum. This back and forth goes on and on where your videos progressively get better as long as you stay consistent in volume and keep swinging back and forth. Because this is where these swings is where you learn how to script better, how to edit videos, how to design thumbnails, and ultimately go viral. The difference between a beginner creator and top YouTubers isn't that they are smarter or more hardworking. They've just swung on this pendulum enough times to understand that this pendulum phenomenon is just part of the game. And to the consistent upload schedule of quality videos that YouTube can reward, the top creators have learned to minimize the swing of the pendulum. The secret to minimizing the pendulum swing isn't trying to find a perfect balance point. It's creating a daily rhythm that naturally harmonizes both forces. This is where the 10-minute rule comes in. You need to create a daily habit of creating content. And that means every single day, whether it's raining or if there's an eclipse that's about to engulf the world, you need to sit down and create content. Making videos is a muscle. And just like going to the gym, you need to work it. Making videos is a muscle and you need to work it so that you can get stronger and more comfortable making videos. This is where the 10-minute rule comes in. The first 10 minutes after you wake up is when your brain is in its most authentic state. Before the world's distractions seep in, before your inner critic wakes up, there's a pure creative window that top YouTubers have learned to harness. The rule is simple. Within 10 minutes of waking up, you must create something for your channel. It could be writing a script, planning a video, or even filming a quick segment. This short morning commitment creates a psychological anchor that naturally pulls you toward consistent content creation throughout the day. I don't know if I like entirely agree with this. So it's like really what I do is that the 10-minute rule will come in for writing. So like maybe we'll just adapt this for writing. This is when the 10-minute rule, for me personally, for lots of top YouTubers, and myself included, the biggest bottleneck for recording videos isn't for posting videos isn't the edit or the thumbnail or finding time to record. It's actually writing the script, because writing the script can take 5 to 10 hours if you're not experienced. So this short 10-minute morning commitment creates a psychological anchor that pulls you toward consistently script writing every day. Think about how a morning coffee ritual signals your brain that the day has begun. The 10-minute rule works the same way. It signals to your brain that scripting videos and creating content isn't a massive mountain to climb, but rather a natural part of your daily rhythm, as automatic as brushing your teeth. What makes this rule so effective is how it eliminates the biggest barrier to consistency, decision fatigue. By making content creation your first action of the day, you bypass the mental negotiations that usually slow you down. There's no time to wonder, should I write today, or is this good enough? You're creating before those doubting voices even come in. When you begin creating content immediately after waking up, you're tapping into several powerful, I don't really like this, instead of wild swings between perfectionism and rush production. So maybe you can put like Newton's first law somewhere. I mean, you gotta reread this, right? The first 10 minutes after you wake up is when your brain is This is where the magic of the 10-minute rule comes in, where you begin creating content. Think about how top creators like Axel Mosey maintain their output. They're not relying solely on discipline. If you start writing for 10 minutes a day every single morning, these 10 minutes will evolve into writing sessions that could be 30 minutes long or an hour long. And if it takes, or if you're really feeling it, it could turn into 4 to 5 hour long writing sessions if you're doing it on the weekend, right? This momentum. And with writing, it's often the first draft that feels the most daunting, because you're staring at a blank piece of paper. But once you have words on a page, editing it becomes almost second nature, right? You can edit a script at any time of the day, because editing requires judgment of something that's already created. So the activation energy of it is of editing a script is infinitely lower. I would encourage, with that in mind, the first 10 minutes of your day should strictly be dedicated towards script writing, not editing, not thumbnails, towards script writing, which I believe to be the highest leverage task when creating YouTube videos. To make this first 10 minutes way easier, the night before you go to bed, have a rough plan for what you're going to work on when you wake up. This could be a simple script, or this could be blah blah blah. This could be the title of the video or a rough outline of the script. Beside your bed, you should also have a glass of water so that you can get hydrated first thing when you wake up, and there's no distractions. There's no distractions or excuses you can make for skipping these first 10 minutes. So here I'm just like getting like really tactical with it. There's no distractions or excuses you can make for skipping these first 10 minutes. Then take a timer, set it to 10 minutes, and just write. Don't fight the resistance. Relax your body. Get into it. Before you know it, 30 minutes to an hour would have passed, and you would have started your day off with a quick, productive win. 10 minutes is all you need. This 10-minute habit is all you need to be a top 1% creator. See, 2,300 words. So this is about 10 minutes. So it would be about a 10-minute script. I'm not insanely sure where I can kind of expand on it, but I'm pretty happy with the kind of this first draft. So let's write a call to action. So a big mistake that people always make during these call to actions is that they will signal to the viewer that the video is about to end. You definitely don't want to signal to the viewer that the video is about to end. You just want to seamlessly end the video. So I got to figure out what I want to do a call to action to. So let me go here, figure out what I want to do a call to action to. But there's something that I didn't tell you of this 10-minute rule. Applying this won't actually help you if you don't understand any script writing fundamentals. You'll be like a monkey with a hammer. If you want to learn all my best script writing practices, all of my best script writing knowledge, click on this video over here. I go over how to write hooks, the body, Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, cool. That's the call to action. Oh well, we actually pretty much just like wrote the whole script, and mentally I follow the structure of this call to action. You know, like at this point I don't really use this structure in terms of a script, because I have it all in my brain, and you kind of just like write it. And this script is about 2,400 words, 2,500 words, which will be about an 11 to 12 minute video, which is good. And then now I'm within the editing and the annotation phase, right? And the editing and the annotation phase are like pretty similar. They're not like too dissimilar. You can do it at the exact same time. And I'll kind of show you my process behind why I annotate the video in a certain way. And then we can get to recording the video. Okay, so these are things that I annotate within my video, right? Or at the very least, I'll annotate within my hook. We're at about the 2-hour mark. So I think we can get this done within 3 hours if I like really tried. So I'm just going to annotate the hook, and then I'm going to trust myself to, you know, understand the rest of these. So here, I'll put like a slash whenever there's a beat. So when there's a new thought or info that comes into place where I can like do a pause, then I'll do a pause. Underscore is like tonal emphasis. So I'm going to underline when there's like tonal emphasis. Green text means words that I can honor. So words that I can put more emotion into. Something like, oh, I'm really struggling right now. Or, oh, I'm really happy. I'm feeling really excited right now. So that's like words that I can honor. So I can add those into green text. Words or phrases that have a specific gesture. So if I'm going to say like $0 to $1 million, right? So you can see if there's like specific gesture that I can put here, or like 10,000 I can put my hands up, right? And you know, when I'm giving gestures, I'm very aware of kind of like the space that I'm taking up within the camera, so I can kind of see myself in the camera as I'm doing these hand gestures, so I know how much space I'm taking up. And then this will kind of like tell me how far I should stretch my arms. So and a lot of the time you underestimate, you know, how much space you take up on camera. And I think, you know, if you are more aware of that, that could help you improve your gestures. And the gestures must support the message, right? You don't just want to do like any blah, blah, blah hand gestures that doesn't really add to the script itself. And a piece of a pause, right? Pause is similar to a beat, right? Or like pause is like kind of like more emphasis. Beat is like, okay, like you take a beat, slow down the pacing of a specific word, speed up the pacing, okay? For the purposes of this hook, just because we're on a time crunch, I'm only going to annotate the hook because the hook is the first 30 seconds. It's the most important part. So I'm going to annotate the hook, and I'm going to read over the full script again, and I'm going to edit it. And then I'm going to show you some of the recording gear that I use that I think will be informative for you to kind of see what I use, and then we can go from there. So here, first thing that we do is we'll annotate with a beat, right? So here, why is it that it looks like some creators can post videos every single week, get hundreds of thousands of views per video, seemingly effortlessly, but you're struggling to even get your first 1,000 subscribers? There is a 10-minute rule that most YouTubers with millions of subscribers use that they don't share, which allows them to go viral on autopilot. Okay, so that's the beat, right? And then I'm gonna read out the hook so you can kind of see how I do it. So like here there's like tonal emphasis. So here I'm gonna underline stuff with like tonal emphasis. Why is it that some creators can post videos every single week and get hundreds of thousands of views per video seemingly effortlessly, I will do seemingly, but you're struggling to even get your first 1,000 subscribers? There's a 10-minute rule that most YouTubers with millions of subscribers use that they don't share. I'd also like to emphasize, which allows them to go viral on autopilot. Okay, here, and then there's the green text is the words that I can honor. So why is it that it looks like some creators can post videos every single week, get hundreds of thousands of views? So this is like a big number, so I'm going to highlight it. Hundreds of thousands of views per video, seemingly effortlessly. I think I can also seemingly effortlessly. So like you can just like, it's kind of like a throwaway, but you're struggling but you're like really struggling to even get your first 1,000 subscribers. There's a 10-minute rule that most YouTubers with millions of subscribers use that they don't share, which allows them to go viral on autopilot. Maybe on like autopilot might be worth some emphasis. Okay, so here, annotation words that have a specific gesture. Okay, so blue brackets, or like blue brackets. Every single week, so it's like, okay, from like left to right, every single week. Get hundreds of thousands of views per video. This is for sure. Seemingly effortlessly, but you're struggling. Right here. Yeah, but you're struggling to even get your first 1,000 subscribers. So 1,000 subscribers might be worth. Annotating here. There's a 10-minute rule that most YouTubers with millions of subscribers use that they don't share, which allows them to go viral on autopilot. Okay, so that's pretty much annotation of the hook. So it'll go out something like this. Why is it that it looks like some creators can post videos every single week, get hundreds of thousands of views per video seemingly effortlessly, but you're struggling to even get your first 1,000 subscribers? There's a 10-minute rule that most YouTubers with millions of subscribers use that they don't share, which allows them to go viral on autopilot. Okay, so that's the hook. Okay, so we're just gonna annotate the hook for time efficiency's sake. Here, why is this that some YouTubers can gain millions of subscribers, post every single week, and have viral hit after viral hit? Okay, so it's kind of the question. I'm not sure if this flows, so I'm gonna annotate this. It doesn't flow from hook well. So right now, I'm gonna read through the script, and then I'm gonna annotate where the script goes wrong. So this is the exact same thing that I'll do with my client scripts. When they send me a script, I'm just gonna annotate the script for where there are mistakes, and then when I see a mistake, I'm just gonna annotate the mistake, unless it's like a simple mistake I can fix on the spot. And then afterwards, I'll go back and resolve it, right? So that means I'm going to give it like 2 more thorough reads. That's why kind of like recording a video takes so long, or like scripting a video takes so long, because we go through it so many times. Just now, I, maybe went through it like twice. Like, I went through it like maybe 2 times. Now we're going to go through it a 3rd time where we're just going to annotate it for any mistakes. And then we're going to edit it 1 more time, right? And then sometimes you can edit it another time. But because we're on a time crunch, we're probably going to have maybe 2 rounds to go over this. We have about 54 minutes, and then we'll have an hour left. And then during the last hour, I want to like actually film the video, and I want to show you guys all the equipment and everything so that we can make the 4-hour mark. Okay, cool. A great example is Alex Hormozi, who for the past 6 months have been posting 7 to 8 videos a month, each of which are close to an hour long, while running a $100 million holding company, Acquisition.com. It looks like he's running on too much Adderall. On the outside, it looks like he's running on Adderall and works 24 hours a day. Or what about Ali Abdaal, who's been posting content for 8 years and still consistently posts 4 to 5 videos a month, some of which get millions of views as a simple talking head video. I don't know about you, but I don't remember having a hobby or a job I've done consistently for 8 years straight. And on the entertainment and documentary side, a channel that's been crushing it with Blender animations is Fern. They post 1 video a week of the highest quality animated documentaries that you'll find on YouTube. Perfectly scripted, perfectly animated, which has allowed them to go from 2.5 million subscribers in a little over a year. And the very first video on the channel has a whopping 6.5 million views. For some context on how difficult it is to keep up with this volume, the amount of time that you need to create these complex animations requires a 30-person team to run. And yeah, there's a 30-person team behind Fern. Okay, so we can cancel this. To understand why it's necessary to have both quality and quantity when you're making videos, making YouTube videos, we first have to understand the nature of YouTube as a platform. YouTube rewards quality content. It's a quality platform, unlike TikTok or Instagram, where you can post 5 times a day and grow by 1 million followers in 60 days. Think of YouTube's platform like a sophisticated book recommendation system in a massive library. Unlike TikTok or Instagram, which function more like rapid-fire news tickers, YouTube is designed for deeper engagement. This fundamental difference stems from several key factors. First, YouTube's algorithm measures something crucial that other platforms don't: watch time. When viewers spend significant time watching a video, it signals to YouTube that they found genuine value in the content. This is similar to how a person lingering in a bookstore aisle, deeply absorbed in a book, indicates high quality content than someone quickly flipping through magazine pages. The algorithm interprets longer watch times as a vote of confidence in the content's quality. Second, YouTube's recommendation system is built on what we might call viewing momentum. When viewers finish a video and immediately click on another from the same creator, it sends a powerful signal about content quality. This behavior indicates that the creator isn't just capturing attention momentarily, like a TikTok might, but is delivering consistent value that viewers want to return to. Third, YouTube's audience behavior is fundamentally different. Viewers come to YouTube with what we call intent-based viewing, which means that they're often seeking specific information, entertainment, or education. This creates a natural filter for quality because viewers are more discerning with their time investment. They're not just mindlessly scrolling, but actively choosing to commit several minutes or even hours to content. This is why even a single poor quality video can harm a channel's performance. The platform also has a sophisticated viewer satisfaction metric that it tracks whether viewers return to similar content, whether they share videos, and how they interact with the content over time. This creates what we might call a quality compound effect, meaning that high quality videos tend to perform better over time as they accumulate positive signals, while low quality content tends to fade quickly regardless of initial views. The counter argument to needing quality quantity is that there are channels like Dartford, which posts one video a month of a well-researched documentary and still crushes it from the outside. Dartford is a perfectionist. When his video hits, he looks like a genius, but if he has a string of videos which flops, that could mean 6 months without a video that is outperforming. And if he solely relies on AdSense and sponsorships to monetize, and he doesn't hit certain view requirements, that could severely impact his livelihood. The solution to win on YouTube is quality plus quantity. No two ways about it. And once again, it's so impressive that the top creators can post videos multiple times a week that are high quality. Because if you've ever made a YouTube video in your life, you know that it takes hours and hours to ideate, script, film, and edit a video. And sometimes you're conscious and if you're doing that large volume, you're conscious of not repeating the same information in 2 videos because you don't want there to be an overlap. Also, there's no promise that your video will perform well. Not sure where this comes from. And if you're doing that large volume, you're conscious of not repeating the same information. This concept of quality quantity doesn't just go for channels that have been around for a long time. My good friend Callaway recently started a channel a little over 2 months ago talking about how to go viral with short form content. And he's grown an audience to almost 70k subscribers, with one of his videos almost hitting 1 million views. Insane. When you post high volume of quality videos, YouTube picks up that your channel is gaining momentum, and the viewers who really liked your initial viral upload will sit there waiting for your next one. And if you capitalize on this wave of attention that you've gotten, it can turn subpar video ideas into massive outliers, into massive overperformers. Let me just simplify it. When you post more, you not only get more watch time, but the secondary benefits are that you build a massive amount of trust with your core audience, and they are more likely to come back and watch your videos over and over again. Therefore, the core tension in YouTube success revolves around a fascinating paradox. The platform simultaneously demands both quality and quantity, but these two forces naturally work against each other. They're pretty much enemies. Think of quality and quantity as both sides of a pendulum. As two sides of a pendulum. Quality sits on one side, where the high points are where your content truly shines, where every edit is perfect, every transition smooth, and every point lands exactly as intended. This is where creators feel most proud of their work, where they craft content that truly represents their vision. When the pendulum swings fully to quality, you might spend weeks perfecting a single video, agonizing over every single detail until it's flawless. And quantity represents the other side, where you produce content quickly to maintain momentum, even if it's not your absolute best work. Most creators get stuck in one of two traps. When you first start your channel, you'll likely be on the quality side. You'll focus on making the best videos. Maybe you'll post once a month or once every 2 months, but that's because you're getting a feel for the kind of content that you want to put out and what your audience might want to watch. But eventually, you get to a stable place where your videos are performing and you know the kind of videos that where your videos are performing, and now you want to up the volume. In which case, you think to yourself, hey, what if I could just post more of the same thing? Views on the channel would double or triple. So you go for it. And that's when you swing to the other side of the pendulum and start posting more quantity. Inevitably, because you're trying to get more quantity out with the same standard of video, you spend with the same high standard that you started with, You spend more time, you have to hire more team members, which means two things. You spend more time and you have to hire more team members to design thumbnails and edit your video. Which means two things. Number one, you'll start posting more videos, and number two, you'll see a slow but steady decline in the quality of the videos. Maybe you start getting the performance you normally get, or you have the feeling that the content just doesn't feel right. So you end up swinging back to the quality end of the pendulum. This back and forth goes on and on and on, where your videos progressively get better as long as you stay consistent with volume and keep swinging back and forth. These swings is where you learn how to script better, how to edit videos, how to design thumbnails, and ultimately go viral. The difference between a beginner creator and the top YouTubers isn't that they are smarter or more hardworking. They've just swung on this pendulum enough times to understand that this pendulum phenomenon is just part of the game. And to hit a consistent upload schedule of quality videos that YouTube can reward, the top creators have learned to minimize the swing of the pendulum. The secret to minimizing the pendulum swing isn't trying to find a perfect balance point. It's creating a daily rhythm that naturally harmonizes both forces. You need to create a daily habit of creating content, of making content. So you don't want to say creating twice. And that means every single day, whether it's raining or if there's an eclipse that's about to engulf the world, you need to sit down and create content. Making videos is a muscle, and you need to work it so that you can get stronger and more comfortable doing it. And this is where the 10-minute rules come in. The 10-minute rule comes in. The first 10 minutes after you wake up is when your brain is in its most authentic state. Before the world's distractions seep in, before your inner critic wakes up, there's a pure creative window that top YouTubers have learned to harness. The rule is simple. Within 10 minutes of waking up, you must create something for your channel. It could be writing a script, planning a video, or even filming a quick segment. For lots of YouTubers, and myself included, the biggest bottleneck for posting videos isn't the edit or the thumbnail or finding time to record, it's actually writing the script. Because writing the script can take 5 to 10 hours if you're not experienced. If you're not an experienced writer. So this short 10-minute morning commitment creates a psychological anchor that pulls you towards script writing every day, which is important because without the script, you won't be able to record video. Think about how a morning coffee ritual signals your brain that the day has begun. The 10-minute rule works the same way. It signals to your brain that scripting videos and creating content isn't a massive mountain to climb, but rather a natural part of your daily rhythm, as automatic as brushing your teeth. What makes this rule so effective is how it eliminates the biggest barrier to consistency, decision fatigue. By making content creation, script writing, let's just say content creation, that's fine, your first action of the day, you bypass the mental negotiations that usually slow you down. There's no time to wonder, should I write today or is this good enough? You're creating before those doubting voices even wake up. I don't really like this section. I think that's kind of unnecessary. Think about how top creators like Alex Mosey maintain their incredible output. They're not relying... He says this himself. Part of his morning routine. Maybe let me find a video of his morning routine. Mosey morning routine. See if I can quote something here. Oh, maybe not. Think about how top creators like. He says he's not solely relying on discipline or motivation. Instead, he's learned to harness what psychologists call the Zeigarnik effect. Our brain's tendency to remember uncompleted tasks better than completed ones. When you start creating content, you're intentionally creating an open loop in your mind. Your brain naturally wants to close this loop, creating a subtle but persistent urge to return to and complete your creative work throughout the day. This connects directly back to our pendulum metaphor. The initial 10-minute creation acts as like a stabilizing force on the pendulum. Instead of wild swings between perfectionism and rush production, you're establishing a steady rhythm, and the momentum from your morning session carries through the day, preventing the pendulum from getting stuck at either extreme. I like this, is pretty good. So let's see where I stop. If you start writing for 10 minutes a day every single morning, these 10 minutes will evolve into writing sessions that could be 30 minutes long or an hour long, or if you're really feeling it, it could turn into 4 to 5 hour long writing sessions. If you're doing it on the weekend, and with writing, it's often better. The first draft that feels the most daunting because you're staring at a blank page of paper. But once you have words on the page, editing it almost becomes second nature. You can edit a script at any time of the day because editing requires judgment of something that's already created. So the activation energy, this is an explanation. You can edit a script at any time of the day because editing requires a lower activation energy. Okay, it's easier to edit than to write. Strictly dedicated towards script writing, which I believe to be the highest leverage task when creating viral YouTube videos. So we always want to make this first 10 minutes way easier. The night before you go to bed, have a plan for what you're going to work on when you wake up. This could be the title of the video or a rough outline of the script. You don't want to be researching other videos during these 10 minutes. You want to keep it to solely writing. Beside your bed, you should have a glass of water so that you can get hydrated first thing when you wake up and there's no distractions or excuses you can make. There should be no distractions or excuses that you can make for skipping these first 10 minutes. Then take a timer, set it to 10 minutes, and just write. Don't fight the resistance, relax your body, get into it, and before you know it, 30 minutes to an hour would have passed and you would have started your day with a productive win. This 10-minute habit is all you need to become a top 10% creator. But there's something that I didn't tell. But wait, there's something I didn't tell you. I would say about wait. Okay, I think this is good. Oh, just a hook. Okay, there's a 10-minute rule that most YouTubers with millions of subscribers use that they don't share, which allows them to go viral on autopilot. So this is pretty interesting. So I would just ask GPT if I'm like not insanely clear. The flow from the first paragraph to the second isn't clean. How would you amend it? So like you can see like Claude GPT is like really, really powerful. Just like talking to it for like ideas. So if you're like not satisfied with this, and like that's like part of being a really good scriptwriter, right? It's just like understanding that you're not satisfied with it. This is better, I think. So let's see, the gap between struggling creators and YouTube success, between struggling creators and the top 1% feels impossibly wide. You're putting in countless hours, pouring your heart into every video, yet the views barely trickle in. Meanwhile, it seems like some creators have unlocked a secret formula that lets them churn out viral hit after viral hit. Okay, this is good. I think we're ready to record. So in order to record, I kind of want to show you guys some of the equipment that I use. One of the things that I use is the Sony ZV-10 with like a 16mm lens. Nothing too crazy. This is like a starter camera. I'll just throw up some details on the screen right now. You can kind of see the price. So probably about maybe like $1,200 total to get the Sony camera. It's one of the most efficient cameras. It's really easy to use. I'm just using Lyndon's camera right now. I'm a like Amplify Views. He is very kind to let me use his camera. So I'm just using his camera right now in Bangkok. And other than that, really the only other thing that you kind of need to like take good notice of, there's like a softbox lighting here, and then that's kind of the camera that we're using, and it's dark out now because it's kind of late. And the other piece of equipment that you need to know is that I use a Shure SM7B, and then it's just connected to the mixer over here. I'll put all of the equipment that I use in the link in the description. But yeah, this is the camera, this is the lighting, this is the microphone, Shure SM7B, and then we just have a mixer here. Time-wise, in terms of how we're doing, it is currently 6:30, and we started at about like 3:50. So we have about like 40 minutes, something like that, right now to go over this. Okay, let's start to record this video. So I'm just gonna put this computer aside to make sure that you can't see the computer within the screen. And then here, I just like position myself. I like to keep my eye on like the third eye level, and then we can just record this. So pretty much how we're gonna do it is that we're gonna say like 2 lines from the script. I don't actually use any teleprompter, and the reason I don't use any teleprompter is because I noticed that when I use a teleprompter, like my eyes like shift a lot. I'm not that experienced with teleprompter, but when I'm talking directly into the camera, there's a lot more camera presence. I'm a lot more aware of the emotion behind the words, and you know, I'm really processing a lot of that thought, and I'm a lot more present rather than just solely focusing on getting the script out. Why does it look like some creators can post videos every single week, get hundreds of thousands of views every single video? On the outside, it looks like he's on Adderall and he's working for 24 hours a day. It's absolutely insane. Think of YouTube's platform as a sophisticated book recommendation system in a massive library. Every transition is smooth and every point lands with the viewer. The first 10 minutes when you wake up is when your brain is in its most authentic state. What makes this rule so effective is that it eliminates the biggest barrier to consistency: decision fatigue. So if you want to learn all of my best script writing knowledge, click on this video over here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, done. There we go. There we go. Okay, so this video is fully recorded. Time right now is 7:16. 7:17. If this will focus, 7:17. And we managed to do it within 4 hours, 3 hours and a little bit of change. So now all that's left is I'm gonna edit the video, I'm gonna create a thumbnail, we're gonna post it, and we'll see how it does.
Yo guys, just woke up. The video's doing pretty good so far. It's a 1 of 10. We're almost 3 hours in. I'll update you guys on how it goes. Don't mind the dirty screen. So it's been about 1 day, 10 hours since the video was released, and I just got done recording another video, which is super fun. And this is how the video is performing. It's currently a 2 of 10, and it's at 3.3k views. So outperformed some of my more recent uploads, which is super interesting and super encouraging, because a video that you can spend 2 to 3 hours scripting can actually outperform a lot of the videos that I spend 10 to 15 hours scripting and revising over and over again, which goes to show it doesn't really take a lot of time for you to write a banger, viral, killer script. So I would consider this mission accomplished.